So today is 26th July 2026 and it's 10 o'clock. The time is 10 and I am going to, I don't know whether I'll finish the painting that I started yesterday, but yeah, I'm just going to continue with it and maybe do a little more of sketching practice. So let me show you my desk. It's a complete mess. There are a lot of things. I need to just fix all of this and then sit for my painting. Yeah, so let's do that. This is my desk. I have like a bunch of things here. A lot of things are going on. So this is my embroidery. This is a project that I started, I don't know, maybe like 6 months back, but I still not finished it. I'm just trying to do this embroidery here, okay? And I'll make a bag from this, a tote bag. So let's keep all this aside and then clear the desk so that I can work on it. The water, this is my sketchbook. This is the calendar. I've not changed the date for a long time. A paint balm, because I get headache very frequently. Yeah, a bunch of the things here. Let me just clear this and then we'll come to the painting. So I cleaned up all the mess on my table. Now my table is ready. I have my brushes here, my date 26th. Let it be here. I have water, fresh water. So let's start. My color palette is still here. I did not wash this because there is so much of paint which I can use today. And yeah. Let's see with this burnt umber color. I need to paint on the mountains. And as I said yesterday, in the original picture, the color of the mountains is like not grey, not black, not brown, but it's a mix of all of this. So I'm just trying to get that color. Added some white to this umber. There is a blue as well in this. Let me just dab this on my sheet and see what I get. Okay, this color is somewhat okay. Let me mix a little more water. Too much of water. I think I can go with this one. Maybe add a little more brown. This looks sort of like ash color or like grey. I need to add a little more brown to this. So let me try with ochre. Yeah, let me try to make a new color with ochre. Let this be here for the time being. Yeah, we'll work on this. This is the ochre. But this is like inclined a little more towards red, I feel. And I don't want that reddish color. Okay, let me just try this on paper. Oh, this is like proper brown on paper. See this? How do I get that color even? The actual picture has some other color. I'm not really sure how, what all they add, what colors they mix to get that particular color. Let me just ask ChatGPT. Okay, I'll just come back after asking ChatGPT.
So this is the picture that I'm trying to draw, and as you can see, this mountain over here, it has like grey, brown and a little bit of green here and there. So this is what I'm working on. But as you can see, the grey is not exactly grey. It's just not a mix of black and white. It's something else as well. I'm not sure what.
So I'm not thinking too much because if I think too much, I'll never complete this painting. So I've decided to go ahead with the grey and brown and greens. That's it. And let's see, and add some details to it. And let's see how it goes. There is also like green, a little bit of green here and there. I'm using this umber mixed with water just for the opening of the tunnel, just making it slightly darker. So that it's the color here is slightly different from the color here. And here again there are like bushes, so a little bit of greenery. And again the same, like grayish brown, little bit of brown, little bit of gray here. No, this is like too dark. I need to add a little bit of this thing. What is it? Ochre. Somehow I'm always taking either excess paint or excess water. I'm not sure like how much paint to take in my brush, how much water to add. So very often it just goes wrong. Either it's like too much color or too less color. Yeah. Here there is something, some sort of a construction thing. I'm just giving it some light brown itself. Here towards the inside of the tunnel, actually it's slightly dark. So I'm just using black, again mixed with lots of water. Okay, this came out slightly dark, but it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so this is, now it looks like a total mess, but it's fine, I guess. Once it dries up, it would be okay. Yeah, this is the inside of the tunnel. This is the structure. This again is the mountain, little bit of greenery, bushes here, there. This part is also actually dark. This is some sort of an opening, like a cave or something, I don't know. But it's actually very dark in the picture. So let's give this one also, like, can you see this? Yeah. This is a dark opening. And then the road. Let's move to the road, the bridge, and the car. So bridge, I think I would just go with let me wash the brush, take a little more of white, because the white here is like almost covered with brown water. So let me take a little bit of normal white, I guess. Yeah. White is here. A little bit of black. Okay. I'm just going to go with this color. I do not want to complicate it, overthink it or anything. Just going with some black and white for the bridge, for the road. Now this one looks slightly similar, but when I get into the details of it, I'll make the inside of the tunnel slightly more dark, and the road would be like, again, light shade itself. Okay, except for this car. Can you see the car? Okay, the car is here. Yeah. Except for this car, I'm just giving the road a grey color. And the sides as well. The bridge. Just covering it with full grey. This is again the mountain part, I missed this. So I'll just give this one mix. This is actually the mountain part. I get there are roads here. Here you can see. So that will also be covered with grey. And the car, I think I should give it like a red color. This is a deep red. Maybe I'll take a little bit. Yeah. Not too much. Little. The car is like so tiny. So, okay. Little bit of black for the wheels. There's too much of water again. Okay, the two wheels. I think I'm done with the base coat. I can't move the paper now because there is water here. There is some water here, and maybe I could use this, but I don't want. If I like touch this, it would smudge. So I'm not touching this one. Here there is excess water which I can remove. Okay. So I am done with the base coat of the picture. Yeah. Now I need to get into the detailing part of it once this dries. So this is dry now. So let's start with this part now. This is like a mountain with a lot of bushes, a lot of greenery. So let's give this sides a few details. So I will be using different shades of green. Like there is grass green, there is pale green, there is jade green, and yeah, maybe a little bit of yellow as well. I'm not sure. But let's take all the greens together on the palette and then decide which one to use. So first let's go for the pale green. Then there is also this grass green which I could use. Yeah. This is another grass green. And then there is this jade green, which is like very dark green. Oh my god, I can't open this. Yeah. What's happening? Yeah. This is like very dark. Looks bluish green. Can you see this? Yeah. Okay, we'll just wait. Let's start with these two greens, grass and pale green, and then decide. I think I'll start with the pale green first. Just few shading here and there. Not really sure how to go about this, but anyway, we have to start somewhere. So I'm just starting with this green, pale green, and wherever I feel there should be like a slightly darker shade, I use that. Here this is like, this portion is very light. I'm not sure whether I should darken it, but for the time being I'll just work on these corners like this. Little bit of, what is this? Grass green? Yeah, this is grass green. Let me see what difference it would make. Somewhat looks like pale green itself, not much of a difference. Maybe if I add like less water, take lots of paint in the brush, add less water. Let me see now. Oh, but it's hard to differentiate because this green and this somewhat look similar. Maybe lesser water, and in the next coat, when this dries, we'll give another coat, and there would be like a significant difference. See, there isn't much of a difference between this one and this one. But as you can see, this one seems to be slightly dark than the pale green. But when I put it on paper, it looks the same. Maybe I should mix some blue with this. Oh, now it's too bluey. This is like, seems to be very dark. Let me take a little more of this grass green from here. Mix, mix, mix. Now I've added a little bit of this Prussian blue also. Just a little bit. Water, and then, okay, this one seems to be slightly darker. I don't know how to bring the texture of this greenery here, like a mountain full of trees and shrubs and grass and plants and everything. I don't know how to give this proper texture to this, but still with the greens, by giving different shades of green, like starting from lighter to darker, maybe I'll get it right. But even if I don't get it right, it's fine. Over time, I might get it right, yeah. Over time. I'm not expecting like amazing masterpieces to be made by me. No, I know I can't, considering my skill is very amateur. Yeah. Can you see this? This is the mountain. I don't know whether I should wait for this to dry. Just here and there I'm dabbing a little bit of like darker shade. Just here and there. Like this. And darkness towards the corner side as well. Okay, now we have to let this dry first. Then we'll use the jade green. Maybe mixed with white or something, because this jade green seems to be like very, very dark. Or maybe I'll add water. Let's see. By that time, let me just have a look at the original picture, just to try to understand a little more about how they've done this green. Let's take a smaller brush so that we can do some leaves. Just taking a little bit of the dark greens. Okay, not too much. Let's try to draw a few leaves. Oh my goodness, this is what I do all the time. This is how I mess up all the time. See, water, too much water on the brush. Let's try this, because in the picture the leaves are just, no proper detailing has been given. It's just there, leaves here and there. No particular shape, but just you will know that they are leaves. That's all. So I'm just trying to draw a few like leaf-like shapes. But whenever you see those pictures, they would use like multiple shades of green. I don't know how they get all those greens. There'll be different green shades. Dark, light. Even in the light green, there'll be like different shades of light green. And I don't know how to get that. So I am just with my limited knowledge and limited colors, whatever I can, I'm just making these leaves. Need not give it a proper shape or anything, but just it should look like leaves, at least in your eyes. Let me see if I use this dark green. What is it called? Jade green. Can you see this? Can you see that? Yeah. This is the dark. A little bit of blue. Just trying to mix it on paper itself, not on the palette. The dark green. Okay, few leaves here. Just leafy shapes. Let me try with a bigger brush. Where's my big brush? Okay, this one. Let me try. So I'll use the lighter green for the big brush. Should I add some white? Okay, just imagining myself as a great artist and doing whatever I feel like doing. I think this is the fun part of it. Otherwise, you will be overthinking about your colors, about your shapes. But if you imagine yourself to be a great artist, just take what the colors you feel like and just play with the brush, going like crazy with the brush movements. That's the fun part of it. Okay, am I getting this right or wrong? No, I don't have to bother about all of that. Yeah. Sometimes there is excess water, but it's okay, it can always be corrected. Just keep a towel near you so that you can just wipe off the excess water. Just playing around with the green, okay? Nothing much. Sometimes I get confused. Like, what should I do here? Should I add yellow? Or just let it wait? Let me wait so that it just dries and I'll get a better idea. That's the only, annoying part of this. You have to keep on waiting sometimes just so that the paint dries. And once the paint dries, this thing would look like very different from what it is when it is wet. So you just have to wait sometimes. Okay, by the time, let me see whether I get any other like shades of green, whether I can mix some other colors from here and get a new shade of green. Let me just see. So this seems to be a lost battle because somehow I'm not getting the right texture, so I'm just going crazy with the brush strokes with absolutely no idea of what I'm trying to do. I don't know the end result, but one thing I know for sure is that I need to complete this painting as soon as possible, otherwise I will just overthink about this and then start another one, thinking that I would do better than that. So this is what I got. I just gave a little bit of dark, like jade green and black here, trying to make a few shapes, odd shapes here with different shades of green. But everything, like, it doesn't look put together. Everything looks like very independent of each other. It doesn't look like a whole. You know what I'm trying to say, right? But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'll take a little bit of yellow. Let's see. So here, by the way, I tried to mix this violet and green and I got this weird shade. I was not happy. And again, I mixed a little bit of acid blue with green. This one I felt is somewhat okay. So yeah, a little bit of yellow with it, just to give some. Oh no! I wanted to give a few highlights, like a lighter shade. But yeah, this is a darker. This is a good shade of green, I feel. Maybe I could create some leaf patterns. Dark blue. Let me go with yellow alone. Just yellow. And let's see the sides. Okay. This is fine. Maybe if I add a little bit of white to the yellow, it would be like, okay. Just a little bit of white. Yellow and white mixed together. Oh, this is too white. Very less yellow and too much of white. But still, I'll just try to give like highlights here and there. Again, yellow, a little bit of green. Losing my patience. So here I think it should be a little lighter. Here maybe I could give a little more of yellow on the top portion. Should I give more like texture? Can you see this? Okay, on camera this actually looks very ugly. But in real this looks somewhat like not great but okay. But let me see what happens when it dries, because on camera this looks hopeless. Completely different from what I imagined. But when I look at it without the camera, it's somewhat like okay, not as cluttered and as I see through the camera. Okay, whatever. I'll just work on this a little bit more, and that's it. I'll show it to you tomorrow what happened to the picture. And also, not too much. I wouldn't do a lot because whatever I'm doing, I want to record it on camera and show. Not because many people are seeing, but still, this is a document for me as well. So I just want to show everything that I do, and but still, I'll give a little more detailing to this one, and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.